Good morning and welcome to the Tantrum Kitesurf podcast. Today we're going to talk about how to get out through the waves strapless. So when you're riding a strapless surfboard, i.e. a surfboard with no straps, funnily enough. Now a lot of people see this for the first time and are just totally bemused as to how it's even possible. Well, actually, to be fair, once you get the hang of it, it's fairly straightforward. Now, the hardest time that you will find to get out through the waves on a strapless board is when the wind is totally onshore. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So, a few key points. As you're heading out, so you've got up, you're riding. A wave is approaching. Now, your angle of attack on the wave, let's say the wave's coming there, your angle of attack on the wave is probably going to be very shallow. Now, this can cause a few problems, especially if the wave is angled slightly back. So your angle of attack is almost parallel down the wave and that wave's broken, because what you find then is that you're just riding out over that white, mushy, aerated water for a long amount of time. And because that's all churning underneath you, it's very difficult to keep your power up going over that water. So what you want to do is get into and out of that aerated water as fast as possible. And this really is the key. Don't spend spend as little time as you possibly can on that white water. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing you would do is you would look down the line of the wave. Is there a point, maybe 10 yards further on or close to you, where you can just nip over on the green water and you don't have to worry about the white water? Or if there is, head for that. Even if it means losing a bit of ground downwind, so the waves come in, you lose some ground downwind, so you can then attack it further back on the green water. That will save you a lot of effort, rather than try to plough through the white water. If that's not possible, and you've got to get yourself over the white water, then again, what I would do, as you're heading up to the white water, if you've got enough speed, start to bring the kite up and just carve as hard as you can against the kite to drive yourself over the white water as close to 90 degrees as you possibly can. As you come into the white water, as I say, the kite goes up. Now this does two things. It enables you to lift your weight off the front foot, so that you can accept the wave under the board, but it also means that as soon as you've got that wave under your board, you can drive the kite down with a load of power and flatten off the board and pull yourself off the back of the wave and out of that aerated water with speed. Otherwise, you just tend to stall on the white water, and the white water tends to pull you back towards the beach and you end up sinking and being pulled down into the washing machine. So kite nice and take loads of speed in, carve hard, kite nice and high, accept the water under your board, slam it down and back off the wave. Sometimes to gain that speed to hit the wave at 90 degrees, because often in these onshore conditions like this, it's probably a storm and you get quite gusty winds. So if you lose wind before you're about to make the turn, you think, I'm not going to make the turn, I'm not going to make this turn. Don't be afraid to bear away downwind slightly, pick up some speed, and then use that speed to slingshot yourself to get to 90 degrees. So again, a lot of this is about awareness, about looking down the wave, judging your power, judging where the wave's breaking, and then hanging off, holding off, holding off, holding off, bang, take it. And then to the next one, hold off, hold off, hold off, take it. So don't just, what most people do when they start this for the first time is they just strap the board and go, whoof, slam, straight to the first wave, whoof, get wiped out and end up back on the beach and they're chasing the board down the beach. Take your time. It might take, on a difficult day, it might take as much as 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to get out the back. It might be a real effort, especially if you haven't got a leash and your board's disappearing off back down to the beach, having to chase the board back to the beach each time. Just be patient. Hold off. Don't be afraid to lose wind, to pick the perfect spot to cross the wave, especially on big wave days. Okay, hope that helps. Speak to you tomorrow. Cheers, guys.